Here is the parable of the prodigal son, found in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, verses 11-32. This parable begins with a man who has two sons. The younger son asks his father for his share of the inheritance. The father agrees and gives him his portion. The younger son then travels to a distant country, where he squanders all his wealth in reckless living. After spending everything, a severe famine occurs, and he finds himself in great need. Out of desperation, he takes a job feeding pigs, which for a Jew at that time was especially degrading. In his misery, he longs to eat even the pods the pigs are eating, but no one gives him anything. Coming to his senses, he decides to return to his father, acknowledging his sin and hoping to be treated as one of his father's hired servants. However, as he approaches home, his father sees him from afar and is filled with compassion. The father runs to his son, embraces him, and kisses him. Despite the son's confession of unworthiness, the father calls for the best robe, a ring, and sandals for him, and orders the slaughter of the fatted calf to celebrate his return. Meanwhile, the older son, who has been working in the fields, hears the celebration and becomes angry. He confronts his father, upset that he never received such a celebration despite his loyalty. The father gently reminds him that everything he has is already his. But they must rejoice because your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. Luke 15:32, NKJV. This parable beautifully illustrates God's boundless mercy and forgiveness. It reminds us that no matter how far we stray, God waits with open arms, ready to celebrate our return to Him. It calls us to embrace repentance with humility and reminds us of the joy that accompanies a heart truly turned back to God.